Hello everyone, my name is Parth Kumar Singh and I am an alumni of IIT Jodhpur. Today, we are going to discuss a very thrilling question that was asked in IAT 2022 that belongs to the chapter Atomic Structure, or basically Advanced Atomic Structure, because these type of questions you basically do not encounter while discussing the normal NCERT type questions. So, in this question, which of the following expression represents the hydrogen atom wave function psi r, right, shown in the figure below? So basically you have been given four different wave functions value. Psi r means four different type of wave functions, one graph, four wave functions. All you need to do is you have to check which exact equation can justify this graph pretty much close, right? So for that, what you need to do, you need to understand a very fundamental of atomic structure, that was that whenever this curve of psi r and the radius gives a value 0 for the psi r, means it is actually the radius. This is the very important point of this question, in fact, that this gives a radius where the psi is 0. It means that it is a node, it is a radial node, and whenever we have the radial node for the value of r by a naught where the radial node exists, the psi will give 0 value, vice versa we can say like that also. So what we have to do, we have to, if any of these equations belong to this graph, then they must give 0 value for some value of r by a naught. So what we have to check, whether can these equations be put to 0 at all or not based on their mathematical functions. For example, if we look at this option B, can this 1 upon root pi give you 0? No. Can this 1 upon a naught factor can give you 0 value? No, because a naught is a constant, they have mentioned it, right? Can this e raised to the power minus r by 2 a naught give you 0? No, because exponential functions can never give the value 0, no matter whatever power it is raised to, right? So this cannot be your answer. Now option C, can this be 0? No. Can this be 0? No. Can this be 0 as a whole? No. Again, because it is an exponential factor, it cannot be 0. So basically these two equations clearly cannot give you any value for any value of r by a naught 0 wave function. Means substantially these two equations do not follow this node thing or this graph. Now the only left candidates is A and D. You have to analyze these two very carefully. Now in A, obviously this and this cannot be 0, this cannot be 0, but if this becomes 0, because this can be 0, this is just a linear function, this can be 0, and if this becomes 0, the entire wave function will become 0 for some value of r by a naught. So what we will do, we will keep this 2 minus r by a naught equals to 0, and what we will get, what we will find is basically r by a naught is equals to 2. It means that this graph says that if your curve follows this particular wave function, or this curve is basically belonging to this wave function, then at r by a naught equals to 2, this will give you a node, because the wave function is 0 at this value. So if you look closely, you will find out that the value of r by a naught at which you are getting wave function 0 is very close to 2, right? However, it is just a uncalibrated form of calculating it, but we have left with no other choice. It is very close to 2 if you just try to look at this. So this is a probable answer. Now before jumping to the answer, or just clicking the MCQ, have a look on D. D also can have this factor equal to 0, right? And if we try to solve it, 3 minus 2r by a naught plus 2r square by a naught square equals to 0, right? Just consider r by a naught as x. It will simplify your equation. 3 minus 2x plus 2 by 9 x square, right, equals to 0. Take the LCM, put the 9 of the LCM to the right hand side, submerge it with 0, right, ultimately 0. So it will be 27 minus 18x plus 2x square. When you solve this quadratic equation using Sridharacharya formula that you very well studied in class 10th, that is basically minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a which corresponds to a basic general equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, right? So for this equation you have this, so a is basically here what, 2, b is minus 18, don't forget this negative sign, c is 27. When you solve this, you can pretty much solve this, is very simple, right? Simple. So when you solve this, you will get two values of x, means r by a naught, and both of them will be positive, right? One will be close to 2 and one will be close to somewhat greater than 5, right? Greater than 5. So basically, if it is greater than 5, then you should use this one, right? So you will get these two roots. Both of the roots have positive value, means both are a valid roots. Means this equation says that if this equation holds true for this fundamental graph, this graph will touch the psi r equals to 0 axis 2 times, because it has two roots, two values for r by a naught, for which this particular wave function gives you the entire wave function 0, right? So if this curve was, instead of what they are actually asking, if this curve was like this, then this solution might hold true, this equation might hold true, because now it is actually crossing this psi r equals to 0 2 times. So this shows that we probably get two roots, but the actual graph is not like this. Actual graph is actually giving you only one radial node, means only one probable function, one probable solution that will give you r by a naught, basically 2, and consecutively psi r equals to 0, and that is option A, not option D. So option D, C, B thus are incorrect, and the correct only option is option A. So this is how we solve these types of question. If you like to see these types of problems and the solutions, please comment down below, and thanks for watching this video.